to Columbia. Instead, they boarded a bus back to the arena to play on Championship Sunday. The Gamecocks, the #1 team in the nation. They're 31-0 on the season, but they have to face the defending national champions in Angel Reese. A boot on her ankle, but if you've watched Angel, you know she's going to give it all for her team. Camila Cardoso, the biggest shot of her life, she's regrouped and ready to go.
Told Camila, yelled at her and said, shoot it.
Cardoso for three.
I just stepped back and shot it.
A miracle for the Gamecocks.
Playing for keeps every day of the week.
Oh my goodness!
Beautiful basketball. The Bayou Barbie trying to tough it out for LSU.
We were just built for this moment, and we're some dogs.
I won't back down.
We gonna go out there and fight. It's no better time than now.
Drama. South Carolina undefeated still.
It's two of the most recognizable teams in the country.
We'll get the matchup the nation has been craving.
Now or never.
This is the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament Championship. You are watching the SEC on ESPN. A sold-out arena here in Greenville, South Carolina, to watch the top two teams in the SEC go head-to-head for the second time. It was a 6-point win for South Carolina the first time back in January, but none of that matters right now. Saturday was a lot of fun. South Carolina with a buzzer beater to beat Tennessee. LSU took care of Ole Miss, and these two will meet here for a title. Let's go. We are ready to crown a champion in Greenville. Courtney Lyle alongside the Hall of Famer Carolyn Peck. Brooke Weisbrod is also. So many emotions yesterday for LSU watching their teammate last year, Poa, be carted off the court and then coming back and winning that game. For South Carolina, a buzzer beater when it looked like they had lost. As a head coach, how do you regroup in one night to play for a title?
Well, the successful coaches do what these two women did, and Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey. They have to stay steady. They've got to stay calm. They've got to collect the emotion of their team and show that they can still stay in the moment and go after a win. And that's what these two women did. That's why they're in the finals today.
Let's start with South Carolina, the #1 team in the nation. They are undefeated thanks to that buzzer beater yesterday. This is a team that has been dominant and well-tested all season.
Well, Dawn Staley, what she has done since coming into South Carolina is she has set the standard, and she has brought in talent that has the ability to meet the standard. It is a consistency on the winning side of the basketball. It is the unselfishness of their team and how they play and the defense that they bring. That is what has made South Carolina and Dawn Staley so successful.
Nobody has been able to take down South Carolina. They are 6-0 against ranked teams this year, and they have won 7 of the last 9 SEC tournament titles, looking for title #8 today. They'll be facing an LSU team, Brooke, who has battled injury. What is the injury status for the Tigers today?
It has literally been a catfight for the LSU Tigers to reach this SEC championship. Last year, Poa was released from the hospital at 1:30 this morning after suffering a concussion last night in the 4th quarter. Poa today up, walking around. She's been able to get something to eat, and she's back at the team hotel game with a manager. Michaela Williams, we heard about her foot pain. Available to play today. How long she may go, we don't know just yet. But of course, we all know about the SEC Player of the Year. Angel Reese will continue to dig deep. Baltimore up and play through that pain after rolling her ankle.
Yeah, Brooke, that injury for Angel Reese, the SEC Player of the Year, that happened on Friday in the quarterfinals against Auburn. This was in the 4th quarter. Watch her right ankle. She tweaks it there. She went off of the court and did not return to this game. We saw her on the bike. She didn't go through shoot-around yesterday, but she did play in that game and had her 22nd double-double of the season. She said afterwards, after the game last night, her ankle was the size of a tennis ball, but you know the Bayou Barbie is going to go out there and give it her all.
Well, because she told us she's from not Baltimore, but Baltimore. I got a direct message on social media that said, you're just built different when you come from Baltimore, and Angel, when you come from Baltimore, and Angel Reese definitely is. She had a toughness. Her focus shifted away from protecting that angle to protecting last year Poa. She brought the team together. She was the emotional leader and demonstrated the dominant center that she is for LSU and got the Tigers to the title game.
SEC Player of the Year, she averages a double-double, 11 straight games with a double-double. In the first meeting with South Carolina, she fouled out with 4 minutes to go. Remember, going into the fourth quarter, LSU had a lead on the Gamecocks.
And without having Angel Reese on the floor, what was LSU missing? The defense in the paint, that mentality, toughness mentality, and then the ability to get offensive rebounds. It's going to be important for Angel Reese to stay in the game today.
We crowned an SEC tournament champion today. The rematch everybody wanted in the nation. It's LSU and South Carolina. Angel Reese down low to Anissa Morrow, and the high-low working early. South Carolina's starting five. In order to get off to a good start like they did yesterday, Dawn Staley has been challenging Raven Johnson.
Raven Johnson has got to be aggressive offensively.
Chloe Kitts loses it, and this will be LSU ball. Now, Brooke told you last year, Poa out with a concussion yesterday, so we see Janae Kent in the starting lineup, a true freshman out of Illinois, starting here in this SEC championship game.
I've already seen leadership from Angel Reese helping the freshman, Janae Kent, giving her instruction. That's how you can keep a freshman calm, by continuing to communicate with her and build confidence.
Here's Kent, number 20 in the purple jersey, driving in on last year Poa, and that's a travel. Dawn Staley, I mean, what an incredible moment for her program yesterday. The emotions of being down with 1.1 seconds left. She told us everybody has been focused today. They went through a film session this morning. They're ready to play for a title.
And it's hard to come down off a big moment like yesterday. I mean, that was huge. And it wasn't just anybody hitting a three, but Camila Cardoso, your 6'7" center, knocking that shot down. Everybody was so excited to see her experience success.
Her first career three. She's now 1 for 2 in her career behind the arc. Cardoso running the floor, and a pass from her best friend, Raven Johnson. Reese will flip it over to Kent. Poa tips it into the hands of Bree Hall. Excuse me, Pow Pow.
And the defense was where South Carolina got off to a good start against Tennessee yesterday. It took Tennessee a whole quarter to settle in.
Bree Hall elevating in the paint. Three straight LSU turnovers.
It's a defensive pressure that you expect from South Carolina.
Katie Van Lith, the kick back up to Angel Reese. There it is. Hold that follow through.
You may question whether or not she's got a face-up game, but she does. You know, watch the physicality of Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. And Angel Reese is already having some verbiage, a little communication between the big girls down low.
This might be a little spicy in the paint today, Peck.
Oh, yeah.
The steal by Anissa Morrow. 1-2 step into the bucket.
Now, LSU felt like that game slipped away in Baton Rouge, and they want to establish that they are the aggressor. They were physical with Cardoso in the first half, and it affected her hugely.
Scramble on the floor for the loose ball. It's going to be LSU basketball.
You watch the battle that is going on inside. These two are going to go at it all day long. I think Angel said, "I'm bringing it." Camila said, "I love it."
Flau'jae Johnson weaving. just missed. She's had a fantastic tournament for LSU.
Averaging 23 points a game in the first two and shooting 55%. Flajay Johnson is in Final Four form.
Bree Hall rattles out. Haley Van Lith on the move. And there's Michaela Williams in the game. Van Lith for three. The pass from the floor from Michaela Williams.
Toughness is what LSU feeds off of. Aggressive plays, a little spicy action between players. That makes LSU turn it up to another level.
It's a 7-0 run for the Tigers. Tahina Paopao.
Bang, bang.
The #1 three-point shooter in the nation.
We are in for a good one this afternoon.
We're not even 5 minutes into this game.
I love it.
Flajay Johnson trying to go back to Angel Reese.
The assist from Michaela Williams to Haley Van Lith for three. Hey, but hang on, Tahina Paopao is ready to answer at the other end, getting a three of her own.
Anissa Morrow working around Ashlyn Watkins, but Watkins got a piece of it. Raven up ahead to Paopao. Cardoso behind the defense, missed.
Angel Reese with Paopao.
Van Lith transition three. All right, Angel.
The offensive rebound ability. The best at it in the country, Angel Reese on the glass.
Over 5 offensive rebounds per game for Angel. Flajay Johnson. Pick and roll with Anissa Morrow.
And the no look. She hit her with the no look drop pass. Okay, Flajay.
Ashlyn Watkins.
Missing layups. Opportunities in the paint for South Carolina. We're going to see LSU. They're going to take advantage of slowing the game down.
It's already a battle in the paint with these two. We expect nothing less. When we come back, a look back at the biggest shot of the season. Camila Cardoso lighting it up from three.
Your family. We wanted to make this day special. Bring her mom and her sister out, y'all.
South Carolina will have to inbound again. They don't have a timeout. Cardoso for three. Banks it in! A miracle for the Gamecocks!
I practiced them in practice, so I just stepped back and shot it.
No bigger shot for Camila Cardoso, and South Carolina avoids the upset. What a week it's been for Camila Cardoso. It's time for today's Need to Know, brought to you by the USPS Ground Advantage. Camila Cardoso is from Brazil. She left home at the age of 15 to come to the States to play basketball. Until Saturday, when South Carolina brought her family up from Brazil, they had not seen her play in the States since she left home.
It's a long time.
And now, what a week that they've had. Her mom and her sister were in the stands yesterday. They are here today. They saw her hit that game-winning shot. What a trip this must be for them.
Oh, my gosh. Just going through the emotion of Camila seeing her mom and her sister, and then to be able to perform the way she has since they've come here has had to have just a life memory.
Malaysia Full Wiley at the top of the key.
She's arrived.
You better believe it.
Full Wiley comes into the game. She is ready just to make something happen. visit with Dawn Staley. She said she gets it going and she does something great, feeds off the crowd. She wants to top it each time, putting on a better performance.
We've already seen several South Carolina players rotate in through this game. That could be a huge advantage for them depth-wise. South Carolina has a ton of depth. LSU, not at all.
Yeah, Dawn Staley will play 9 players, and each player really can get to double-digit minutes. So if South Carolina can make this fast pace, we can see how that could affect LSU.
South Carolina gets 33 points a game off their bench. LSU only has 4 total bench points in 2 games here at the SEC tournament.
Wow.
First foul against Ashlyn Watkins. And there's a foul on Angel Reese, her first.
Wiley is that spark for South Carolina. Every time she comes in the game, it's like the momentum of the game kicks it up a notch. Got Cardoso and Reese back down low.
There's Wiley having trouble hanging on to it. 10 seconds on the shot clock for South Carolina. And a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Gamecocks, but Flau'jae Johnson able to tie it up.
Not only a jump ball, but a stare down.
Yeah.
See, LSU is trying to establish that they may be few in numbers, but they're not backing down from anybody.
Flau'jae specifically, after the first South Carolina game, she talked about what it meant, how much she wanted this win. There's an offensive foul on Ashlyn Watkins, her second.
CP, that intensity is exactly what was in the huddle. Head coach Kim Mulkey came over and said, listen, I don't want to have to play Michaela Williams more minutes. If I don't have to, everybody else, you have to step up. From then on, Flau'jae stood up, said, I got you. Haley Van Lith looked at her, said, I got you. Angel Reese was talking. Anissa Mora was talking. That whole was vibing.
The culture that has been established at LSU, they play for each other. When you bring in stars all together, when you take away, you're not playing for yourself, you're not playing for your stats, but you're playing for your team. That's where you get that extra effort.
Cardoso with 2 stops in a row on Angel Reese and another jump ball. They're letting them play the basket.
There is Camila Cardoso's mom. She likes how baby Camila is battling inside with Angel Reese. These two are going to battle all day long.
And her sister standing up, loving it. Michaela Williams back in the game for LSU. She's at the top of your screen, number 12 in purple. LSU's got to shoot. Reese didn't realize the shot clock was winding down. And a stop for the Gamecocks.
With a team with a game that means so much to both players, when it's physical, sometimes it can get you distracted. You've got to stay focused in the moment on every possession.
Tessa Johnson in for South Carolina. She's coming to her own in this tournament too. That's on Michaela Williams.
It's been more physical than that in the paint. They're kind of tight on the perimeter. Inside, they're in battle. Tessa Johnson has had a phenomenal SEC tournament. She's been immediate impact.
Cardoso got into the basket. Look at her sprint the floor. Points, rebounds for Camila. Michaela Williams for 2. Her first points in the SEC tournament. Oh, Mylasia Watch where she is.
Highlight.
Columbia's finest. The local kid who stayed at home to play for the Gamecocks. It's become a trend.
Keep the home talent at home.
Van Lith with the offensive board. Shot clock did not reset.
Instead of having Camila Cardoso have to battle just posting up, move her around. South Carolina brings her up into ball screen action and then lets her slip to the basket. That makes 6-7 tougher to guard. Camila's sister looks so nervous.
It's a championship game. So Camila will take a seat. LSU is going to take advantage of that. Angel Reese, she's at the table right now, but Aaliyah Del Rosario is in.
South Carolina can go 2 for 1.
Sanaya Fagan got the space but left it short. Meanwhile, LSU won its last 7. Tipped away by Pow Pow. Racing against Michaela Williams and the lay-in. LSU can take the last shot of the quarter. Flajay Johnson turned it over. Tessa. And Tessa Johnson to the free throw line, fouled by Haley Van Lith.
Johnson has been such a vital part of the reserve production for South Carolina. Over the last 6 games, she has averaged 9 points a game, and she has brought it defensive end as well.
I was going to say, it's not just points. They had her guarding Rakia Jackson yesterday.
And Tessa's a guard, and so her ability to have that toughness. That brings me to a player I can talk about, Bree Bill. I said from the beginning that Tessa Johnson could fill those shoes. Bree Bill of South Carolina.
Defensive stopper, a nosed player. 1.3 on the clock. Stolen by Fagan for 3. No banking in the buzzer on that one. South Carolina ends the quarter on an 11-2 run. When we come back, we'll be joined by LSU head coach Kim Mulkey. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. Moments ago, Kim Mulkey caught up with Brooke.
Coach Mulkey, this game very physical from our end. What are you seeing out there? Come on now. I don't think it's been physical this tournament. Yes, ma'am. What do you want me to say? How do y'all feel your team is defending Camila Cardoso right now?
I think we did fine. Same thing happened at our place. We had a lead. We give up threes at the end of a quarter. We just gave up 2 turnovers, gave up 2 free throws, gave up a bucket. That's how good teams beat you. They take advantage of opportunities. We come out, we take the lead, and then we have turnovers. At the end of the quarter, we go up a 3-point lead. Same thing in Baton Rouge.
Thank you, Coach.
Time now for today's expert news, brought to you by Principal. This was last year. Poe goes down. She is taken off on a stretcher for LSU. Kim Mulkey, a passionate speech in the huddle, challenging her team. They responded, able to win, beat Ole Miss to make it to the championship.
Well, you watch. After this bucket right here, Flajay Johnson says, that's for Poa. That's how much last year Poa means to this team and the motivation for the Tigers today.
Last year, Poa, a concussion. She was discharged from the hospital earlier this morning. She is watching this game from the team hotel with the manager. We wish her well. Flau'jae Johnson certainly stepped up. 5 points in a block after last year went down with an injury yesterday.
Flau'jae had a fantastic SEC tournament. 23 points in averaging in both games.
Kim Mulkey stood out to you about the first quarter between these two?
She just little breakdowns. Look, when these two teams meet, it's a matter of who makes the least amount of mistakes. Look, when you look at the point paint, those are even. That's going to be a battle. Now, who's going to defend and take away perimeter shots? South Carolina has already 2. LSU 1.
Chloe Kitts from the free throw line. Meanwhile, LSU straight turnovers. It's led to a 8-0 run for South Carolina. Anissa Morrow triple.
That's how you even things up. If you're giving up points from the perimeter, you're going to have to bring some points of your own.
All right, Chloe Kitts, back to back. A player that enrolled early last year at South Carolina maybe questioned that decision, but instead of pouting, she went to work in the offseason and became a starter.
And you're seeing 2 of the toughest players inside battling between Anissa Morrow and Chloe Kitts. These two are going to battle. Anissa Morrow's got this in her bag, can knock down the 3, but Chloe Kitts is not afraid to mix it up inside. The savviness, the ability to finish, put points on the board for the Gamecocks.
Just 1.6 points per game last year for Kitts. She's up that to 9.3 and playing a lot more minutes. Raven Johnson using the window.
And hit Haley Van Lith with a too small. We've got games within games going on when these two teams meet.
Janae Kent, the true freshman.
Okay. Kim Mulkey has been asking Janae Kent to do something. Get yourself, make yourself an impact in the game. Well, she's getting her opportunity today.
You know what? I loved how Angel Reese pumped her up last night in post-game interview with Brooke. She gave credit to Janae Kent. In the post-game press conference, she called out her team, Janae Kent, for contributions yesterday. The leader.
And it's not just doing it out publicly. I have seen Angel Reese personally go to Janae Kent and continue to talk to her. She's not fucking at her, but her instruction. And that's what a leader does. Give the young player that confidence.
That's going to be a foul on Anaya Fagan of South Carolina. Her first. LSU's got to go. Out of time.
That's part of being at the point guard. You've got to have a clock in your head when you're taking the ball out of bounds, understanding, oh, that's an offensive foul. They may look at this to see if they can if that needs to be upgraded.
It was Anissa Morrow stepping up and taking the charge. She already has a black eye from Friday's quarterfinal game.
I don't think that's more than a basketball move, but an offensive foul. She extended. I don't think she was throwing an elbow.
The called foul is under review.
So they called this an offensive foul on Chloe Kitts. They will take a second look. We'll have that decision when we come back. Well, the original call, an offensive foul on Chloe Kitts. They confirmed that at the monitor. They did not see anything to upgrade this to an intentional or disqualifying foul. So still a foul on Kitts.
But that little move right there at the end
Yeah.
could have been intentional. Just the officials didn't see it. You're going to have to keep your emotions in check, Chloe Kitts.
SEC Tournament Championship game, the rematch. A lot of people were hoping we might get, and we do. South Carolina and LSU, the first meeting decided by 6 points in favor of the Gamecocks back in January. LSU had a 4-point lead in the fourth quarter.
I'm keeping track of what LSU's field goal percentage is when Michaela Williams is on the floor. They are 6 of 12 when Williams plays.
Williams, her first SEC tournament game, she has been out with foot pain. No last Tirpoa for LSU today. She's out with a concussion. 5 seconds, Van Lith trying to drive, and it's hard to do that on 6'7", Camila Cardoso. Raven Johnson stepping into it. So comfortable.
Dawn Staley wanted Raven Johnson to be more aggressive offensively. She has established herself attacking the basket, now knocking down the long ball.
Deep three from Anissa Morrow is short.
I would find Raven Johnson again.
Coming off the screen, they'll swing it around to Pow Pow. Up, no. Two-minute scoring drought for LSU.
I think they got to get Angel Reese back down on the block.
Through the fingertips of Cardoso, but Pow Pow corrals it. Uh-oh, Tessa Johnson was by herself in the corner. That's off.
With a three-point threat of Anissa Morrow, let Angel Reese cook down low on the block.
Flagey! Those are her first points today.
These matchups today. This is going to be a battle. We got to get 6-7 down on the block. Ooh, that could have been a foul on Cardoso.
You okay with the shots Raven Johnson's taking?
I am okay with those shots. Yes, but you don't need to fall in love with South Carolina with only shooting the three. But different from last year, talk about get the ball inside. Just make sure you got a balance.
They are third in the nation in three-point percentage. That's the second on Angel Reese.
And Dawn Staley wants that to be reviewed. Angel Reese and Cardoso going at it inside.
Hey, we'll take a look at this.
Oh, I think Angel Reese may be called for the swinging of the elbow. They may upgrade that one.
So it was a foul on Angel Reese. They can look to see if this is an intentional foul or a disqualifying foul. Or keep it as just a common foul.
That one did not look like a basketball play. It's kind of similar to what Del Rosario got called with against Auburn.
When they're looking for an intentional foul, it's defined as unnecessary hard and or excessive, unnecessary excessive swinging. Not a direct play on the ball. Obviously, this is away from the ball.
I don't feel like Angel Reese was trying to gain possession or gain positioning on Cardoso because it wasn't even with her lower body first. That's normally when you post up, you get your lower body and then you clear out with your arms. That arm came first, and it was high.
So it looks like we might have a decision. The officials will confirm. Remember, only two officials can be at the monitor at one time. So an intentional foul on Angel Reese. South Carolina will let Tahina Pau shoot free throws. She's their leading free throw shooter. And remember, they'll get possession of the ball as well.
After Flajay Johnson hit the three, keep an eye on these two going at it right there. Camilla kind of got a push off on Angel Reese right there, and I think when she went down on the other end, Angel Reese was trying to retaliate.
And Tessa Johnson is fouled by Aaliyah Del Rosario. Texas gets the first. Champ Week rolling on today with the Pac-12 title game. USC and Stanford. We get to see Cameron Brady. We get to see Juju Watkins. Can't wait for that one. 5 East here on ESPN.
It's going to be a fast-paced game. They get up and down. Now, what LSU has got to do, they are playing inspired by last year Poa, but they've got to keep their emotions in check.
Went down with injury with concussion yesterday in the semifinals. South Carolina ball. Angel Reese on the bench right now for LSU with those 2 personal fouls. So Aaliyah Del Rosario, the freshman, getting in the paint along with Anissa Morrow defensively here for the Tigers.
And I'd go right into number 10.
She was trying to go to Fagan, and Del Rosario took it away.
But right away, Cardoso was looking to pass. There's got to be a threat to score first before she's ready to share.
Flajay Johnson hits, and she's fouled by Cardoso.
The defense on the ball screens involving Camilla Cardoso. She came out with the reach to contest the shot on Flajay Johnson. The focus and concentration for Big Fo to finish. That's huge. Oh, it's a 2, not a 3.
Now it's a 3-point play.
There you go.
You're just predicting the future. On this end, no field goals for South Carolina in the last 3 minutes.
O'Malley's wide open on the opposite side.
Cardoso got her the ball.
What a rebound by Anissa Morrow. She said, don't get in my way when I'm going to the glass.
Give me that.
Wow.
Rosario offensive rebound. And that's second on Camilla Cardoso.
Check out Anissa Morrow go. Snatch that ball out of the air. Woo! She got away with swinging a little bit of an elbow. She's got to be careful.
So Cardoso checks out with 2 fouls. Shakima Walker will replace her. Angel Reese for LSU is out on the bench with 2 fouls. The difference is South Carolina's got a lot of depth in the post. LSU does not.
Del Rosario is going to be vital for LSU with Angel Reese in that foul trouble.
So sorry for a freshman out of the Dominican Republic. We asked her, what is it like to go against Angel Reese in practice every day? She said Angel's good, but I'm also a good player.
I love the confidence of the big girl. Kayla Williams is in the game for LSU. Got a score on the other side.
Flage is short. This is South Carolina basketball. Look at the score drop that we have right now for the Gamecocks. 4 minutes and 8 seconds out of field goal.
Tonight, Fagan to go to work. She showed us in the previous 2 games in this tournament. She can hit that elbow jumper from the free throw line area.
Number 20 in white, and that rattles out. The drought continues.
A lot of elbows flying around tonight.
They lift for 2. South Carolina's missed its last 6 until the layup from Wiley.
I would go to Del Rosario. Let her check Walker.
And they do. Del Rosario will shoot free throws again.
Malaysia for Wiley. Kicks it in right at the free throw line area and explodes past Haley Van Lith for the finish. Cardozo loves it.
For Wiley and Pau tied for the team lead. The Gamecocks with 7 points apiece. Bree Hall in to replace Tessa Johnson. This is the first. The SEC men's basketball tournament early round games will be over on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Both first round games Wednesday, the second round games on Thursday, and of course the quarterfinals take place on Friday from Nashville. Short on both. Back to the free throw line for LSU thanks to Anissa Morrow.
I mean this as a compliment, but she is a beast inside. Anissa Morrow carrying the mail with Angel Reese being on the bench. The physicality she can bring. And look at that black eye, that shiner. She can shine away from contact.
Brooke, remember watching her at DePaul? I mean, this is a player that was the alpha on her team. She was the go-to in her 2 seasons and an All-American.
Right, and sometimes her size as well. I mean, like I said, a lot of matchups she goes up against, but that never enters her mind. She's going to be one of the strongest, undersized post players that is in the game. I mean, have you seen another player in the past that kind of compares to her style?
You had Nicole Willingham that played at Auburn that was undersized and physical, like Anissa Morrow.
Anissa Morrow, an All-American at DePaul.
She came to LSU, wanted to play on a bigger stage, and there's not one much bigger than playing in the SEC and playing alongside Angel Reese.
Well, Kim Mulkey has called her unselfish to do that. Travel on Haley Van Lith.
Mulkey wasn't happy about that one. That was a missed opportunity. LSU is +5 in the rebound, +11 in the rebound category, and that's with Angel Reese on the bench.
They were looking to go high-low. Bree Hall will reset. Pau. They try again. 10 seconds for the Gamecocks. For Wiley. Melody!
That's what I was looking for. Oh, Wiley can make it happen.
10 points for Malaysia for Wiley. LSU looking for the last shot of the half.
I'd give the ball to Anissa Morrow and let her go to work.
She's on the block, battling with Fagan. Van Lith pulls up, knocks it down. teams in the SEC meeting for the second time. It's been everything and more we thought it would be. Anissa Morrow is over with Brooke.
So this team just continues to step up when someone goes down. How has this first half opened up for you?
I'm looking to do whatever I can for my team, and I'm doing that tonight. Taking charges for Pola, so I'm just trying to be everywhere that I possibly can be.
Angel Reese with 2 fouls here in the first half, and this South Carolina team not going away. What do you see as the third quarter?
Executing our offense and defending.
Thanks, Lisa.
11 points for Anissa, 3 rebounds. South Carolina on top, 36 to 32 at the half. Let's get you to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Courtney, a high level.
Champions Champ Week presented by Principal. This is the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament Championship game. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. The #1 team in the nation, the defending national champions, clashing here in Greenville. Courtney Lyle, Carolyn Pipe, and Boyd Weisbrod with you. It's been physical. We're not surprised by that, but the battle in the paint, specifically between some of our stars, Camila Cardoso, Angel Reese, it's been fun to watch.
You've got the SEC Player of the Year going against the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and it has been all that in the first half. These two have been delivering it blow for blow, giving it, taking it, and dishing it back. It'll be interesting to watch how these two go at it in this second half because they want to be cutting down the nets.
Now for today's Star Stories, brought to you by Walmart. 4.7 rebounds for Angel Reese, 4.2 rebounds for Camila Cardoso. They both picked up 2 fouls in that first half. South Carolina with a 4-point lead. And there's going to be a jump ball possession arrow. Take us to the other end of the floor. In that halftime, when you're regrouping here, strategy-wise, looking at both of these teams, let's start with South Carolina. What's been working?
For South Carolina, the biggest thing that has been working is that they were able to be organized and distribute the basketball. They have 10 assists in that first half. So everybody's gotten involved in it, and not just the 5 starters, but the reserves have come in and made an impact as well.
They have 14 points coming off the bench today. Again, a team that averages 33 points from their reserves a game. 5 seconds. Raven Johnson elevating, but she's short. For LSU, when have they been at their best? What's it look like?
Well, when they moved the basketball, they were a team that only had 5 assists in their first half. And when they are able to get the ball inside and attack, Anissa Morrow has had a field day.
Count it for Breezy. That's the first on Janae Kent.
Attack mode for South Carolina. Bree Hall not selling for jumpers, but keeping the pressure on LSU's defense.
Michaela Williams will check in for the first time here in the third quarter. This is the first game that she has played in this tournament. They were holding her out with foot pain as a precautionary thing. She has had to play today. No last year available. Suffered a concussion yesterday.
The field goal percentage is better when Michaela Williams is on the floor. She was 7 of 17, 41% in the first half with Williams on the floor.
You knew rebounding was going to be important. South Carolina is being out-rebounded right now by 9. They've only been out-rebounded 1 time this season. That was against North Carolina.
The biggest difference is on the offensive side. LSU has 9 offensive rebounds. South Carolina is just 2.
That's the third foul on Miller Cardoso. So not even 2 minutes into the third quarter, she will take a seat.
I think the foul on Cardoso is called from the push in the back. It's not just the top where the hand is, but what is the body contact underneath?
This is the first, that's her first free throw attempt in this game. She's second in the nation in free throw attempts per game.
A lot of times, Angel Reese is getting fouled after she gets the offensive rebound. She is relentless down low, and then so quick with that second jump and going back up.
Kids calling for it. Working on Morrow.
Well, she was going to miss the height of Camila Cardoso, 6'7", rebounding-wise.
Johnson, the turnaround. It's ahead to Raven. Uh-oh. Pow! And LSU calls timeout.
When you lose your 6'7" center inside, you may have to rely on that outside shot. And Reliable is the best three-point shooter in the country. Tahina Pow.
Tahina Pow, the transfer from Oregon, 10 points, tied for the lead for the South Carolina Gamecocks team. She had a decision to make when she entered the transfer portal. Thought she might go to TCU and follow one of her old coaches, but then the phone rang, and guess who it was? Dawn Staley.
And when Dawn Staley calls, you answer that call. You have an opportunity to play for a legendary point guard who is a great coach. Tahina Pow jumped to the chance.
What's the biggest thing that Pow has added to South Carolina?
What was the biggest thing that South Carolina was missing last year? And that was that three-point consistent threat. Not only did they get a three-point shooter, but they got the best three-point shooter in the land.
And they got a leader, too. She has brought a family mentality right from the jump, from a team that she didn't know. There's a Pow family. That's her brother, Israel, sitting in the stands. He moved with her to Columbia, South Carolina. And her family is super supportive. She has brought that mentality, that love for her family, to the love for her teammates now.
She's loved it so much that she's decided to come back even next season. So we're not done watching Tahina Pow.
Second foul whistle against Sanaya Fagan. And that's Williams' second foul.
Reese Hall is another three-point shooter that is now in the lineup this season for South Carolina. So LSU knows on ball screens, you got to go over screens, no under on the South Carolina Gamecocks.
The roll is tipped up in the air by Anissa Morrow.
Two seconds on the shot. Raven Johnson taking the ball out. Pow is an option, and then you've got the post inside. Oh, Pow switch. Raven Johnson already hit you. You got options with your South Carolina.
Pow Fagan. Just kind of tipped it in the basket. Largest lead for the Gamecocks today. Angel Reese attacking Camila Cardoso out with 3 fouls. Ball out, Kids offensive board.
How good is South Carolina with managing the clock? Underneath, out of bounds. How gets the ball back immediately and then makes an excellent dump with time on the clock. Fagan knows she can't come down with it. Just a little tap. Getting back in. That's huge.
Pow family up on their feet. Caleb Williams just whistled for her third foul. It's Kids at the free throw line.
with the lack of depth from LSU, really lessens the option for Kim Mulkey to put on full court pressure to get themselves back in the game.
They've only played 7 players today. They're trying to limit Michaela Williams' minutes, and last year unavailable with a concussion. South Carolina 9 for 9 from the free throw line.
That's huge. And an improvement for South Carolina. That's been probably the Achilles heel at times.
Angel Reese did not quit on the play.
They wanted to jump ball. South Carolina's ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter does not allow LSU to even get any kind of rest in running a zone.
Fagan asking for it down low, 5 seconds. Really tough shot. Reagan Johnson got it back. And Anissa Morrow commits the foul.
LSU was once again in the rebounding category. Now it's just 9. South Carolina has been intentional about getting to the glass.
South Carolina is third in the nation in rebounds per game. LSU is fourth.
That's what I thought. This game was going to be a huge battle. South Carolina, the best defensive rebounding team in the country. LSU, the best offensive rebounding team. LSU with the big lineup. Angel Reese is playing the 3.
Rosario! You see that by the bench? They want her to be a Mack truck, not a Kia. That is direct quote from Kim Mulkey.
With the 3 bigs in the game, got Morrow, all 3 of them involved in this possession. And yeah, Aaliyah Del Rosario came through like a match.
I saw them do that a few games ago, and I had to ask what was happening. That was a Mack truck move.
That's the kind of sign you give when you pass a Mack truck in the blow of a horn.
Yeah.
The benefit that LSU has with Anissa Morrow, the ability to play anywhere on the floor. She can defend the 3 outside. Angel Reese can too. That's a good switch.
Taking a pow. And Reese with the offensive board. It gives her double-figure rebounds. She's got 7 points, 10 rebounds. Already 22 double-doubles on the season for Reese. And Morrow is fouled. That's the third on Sanaya Fagan.
International Women's Day. But know what they say. Everyone watches women's sports. And yesterday delivered a win for all fans. Head coach Don Staley drew up the unbelievable delivering a game winner with just over a second left against Tennessee. Camila Cardozo, her first career 3, a step back. Game winner, an instant all-time classic. Not only that, her mom and sister were in the stands to see it. Angel Reese, you know her talent, but her leadership shined bright, and the emotions of the team shined them while the teammate was down, and Kim Mulkey delivered the message her team needed to take the Tigers the distance. Ladies, our game is growing.
Yesterday was absolutely incredible. All the emotions, how all these women battled through adversity to get to this day championship Sunday. It was amazing.
Toughness.
These moral ethic with no line. Here in our SEC Tournament Championship game. 6-point ball game. South Carolina looking for its 8th SEC tournament title. LSU has not won this tournament since 2003. My legs are all Wiley.
How did that happen?
Her first points in the second half. Trying to get herself a steal, but she's going to be whistled for the foul instead. First,
The quickness of Malaysia for Wiley. From the top, comes off the screen. Then a little snake action when Angel Reed stepped out and then sticks around Del Rosario. Wiley just is an instant something every time she comes to the game.
good for first.
With LSU in the bonus, they continue to attack. They can get themselves really narrow this lead from South Carolina by getting to the free throw line.
Remember, they don't have Camila Cardoso on the floor right now talking about South Carolina, so that's 6-7 presence. Not there. South Carolina doesn't have a great post depth.
LSU has gone with the big lineup. Misa Morrow and Angel Reed interchangeable, can play inside and out.
15 points from Malaysia. And Rosario with the response. Gonzalez Staley was telling last night, Malaysia for Wiley. She said she was undisciplined Friday. She challenged Malaysia to go back. She said, okay, coach, watch the film. Came to coach, said, I'm ready to go. I know what I did wrong. She was ready yesterday with 13 points, ready today with 15. Count it!
About to make it a correction. Not just with her handles, but her shots on point as well. I've got to put the quickness of KJ Johnson on Kahina Pow.
Pow. Yeah, Watkins rolling to the basket.
Malaysia for Wiley. She comes off for the handoff. And then went for it to the middle. That freed up for Wiley for three. And then on the other side, they lost her. Couldn't find her. So she found the basket. She said, they cannot guard me.
These sessions, it's just coming up. We asked on today about Malaysia. I love how she described her. She's an artist. She has to be creative. And she's an abstract artist. But they're okay with it.
And Dawn Staley embraces that creativity of Wiley. She lets her be her. And what Dawn does is help her to use that in a way that she can be most effective.
Drops in the first champion, rolling on today with the Pac-12 title game between USC and Stanford right here on ESPN and the app. Stanford looking for a 16th Pac-12 tournament title. Juju Watkins, what more can I say? The fourth most points by a D1 freshman all time. Uh-oh, for Wiley. Watch out for too small.
Again.
20 points for Malaysia. Her season high is 21.
Angel Reese has got to get the basketball.
A 9-2 run. Van Lith with the high arch.
Now Flajay Johnson has the responsibility to keep up with Full Wiley.
Flajay has really upped her defense this year. Hawkins misses. And it's going to be LSU ball.
Malaysia Full Wiley switches it from the left to the right. Coming at Haley Van Lith. What a show. She deserves a little break today.
10 points in the third quarter, 4 for 4.
Got Tahina Pau coming back next year. Malaysia Full Wiley will just be a sophomore. The talent that Dawn Staley has brought into Columbia, South Carolina has been phenomenal.
Camila Cardoso has the option to return too.
What if she came back? They're the only undefeated team, men or women, in the country, South Carolina.
Morrow has been so steady at the free throw line. That is 8 for 8. She's got 17 points. Pau's blocked by Flajay. Working in transition. 6 points, now 9 points for Flajay. Six-point game.
That's where you got to go.
No foul call. This will be out of bounds off of South Carolina. Angel Reese has been a little bit quiet.
Oh, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Sanaya Fagan locked her arms. Yeah, Angel, I agree with you. And I'm looking at our stat monitor. South Carolina has played 10 players, 8 of them in double-figure minutes.
LSU has just gone 7 deep. They don't have a lot of depth. But a 9-0 run for the Tigers has them within 4.
Well, they have enough gas in this fourth quarter, the Tigers.
Flajay saved that one.
Now LSU could go quick, go 2 for 1.
Angel was under the basket waiting for the offensive rebound. She won't get a look. Flajay with the steal. Morrow takes it away. And Issa Morrow and Angel Reese battling for the same rebound. Raven with the flex.
But she went a little bit too soon.
But she hustled back and swiped the ball out of Van Lith's hands. It is going to be LSU basketball, 2.4 on the clock. Will decide who our SEC champion is. We talk to Dawn Staley on the other side. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. Moments ago, Brooke caught up with South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley.
Coach Staley, 10 minutes away from your 8th SEC championship in 10 years. How do you get it done?
We got to have a fight. We got to execute on both sides of the basketball. It's not going to come down to us executing plays. It's going to come down to just grit, the loose balls, the rebounding, all the game within the game. That's what it's going to come down to.
LSU went big, and Mylasia Wiley matched them. What an incredible quarter for her. How are you seeing her shot opening up?
I mean, she's reading. She's reading. She's a big-time playmaker. And she likes to light it up on the biggest stage.
Thank you, Coach.
And now for today's moves of the game presented by TurboTax. Mylasia Wiley, she's got some moves.
Lighting it up on the biggest stage. She has done it from the inside and out. She had 10 points in the first half. She had 10 points in the third quarter. Efficiency, a spark plug. Mylasia Wiley putting on a show.
And she's not just shooting the three ball, she's getting the shots inside. So look at her shot chart, 8 for 10 from the field.
When you look at Mylasia Wiley, you try to think about, okay, what do you stop? You have to try to slow her down. Forget about that. Ooh, Watkins got that ball. She got up.
Camila Cardoso back in the game. She's got 3 fouls for South Carolina. Just a 6-point ball game here in the fourth quarter. We will decide an SEC tournament champion. There's a foul before that on Angel Reese. Her third. These freshmen, they're not afraid of the big stage. Hannah Hidalgo had 22 points today in the ACC championship game. Mylasia Wiley's got 20. We haven't even seen Juju Watkins yet.
But the bar has been set high today already.
Too many second chances. Cardoso.
Don told Brooke, this fourth quarter, this ball game going to be decided not on execution, but on grit, especially on the glass and rebounding.
Bank in for Angel Reese, 9 points, 13 rebounds now.
And I think that LSU has got to try to play through Angel Reese. She is a player that you can get on her back and she can carry you through.
Watkins almost lost it. Pow got it back, 8 seconds.
The positioning by Cardoso inside. Continuing to work. If they don't see you the first time, don't give up on it.
Raven Johnson always has an eye on Camila Cardoso.
Like they've been playing together a long time, all the way back in high school, AAU travel ball.
They are best friends. There's nothing Raven loves more than throwing the ball inside to Camila.
Two point guards on the floor at the same time is a great treat for South Carolina to have.
Tahina Pow and Raven Johnson. Ashlyn Watkins made that look smooth.
Don Staley said Ashlyn Watkins has found her superpower. As a freshman last year, it was rebound and defense. This season, you can add offense to that.
Flajay Johnson, a pretty finish, and Kim Mulkey calls timeout. 7:29 to play here in the SEC Championship in Greenville. 7.5 minutes to decide who is the SEC Tournament Champion. Angel Reese, the SEC Player of the Year, and LSU. They were up in the fourth quarter in the last meeting against South Carolina. They're going to have to fight their way back this time.
They're going to have to pull a South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina had to come from behind. There were big plays in the fourth quarter because Angel Reese had fouled out with 4 minutes left to go. She's available to play now. So can LSU go to work in the last 7.5 minutes?
And Angel Reese, 3 fouls. Meanwhile, South Carolina has hit its last 3 shots.
Cardoso has been in the lane a long time.
Tahina Paopao just takes it in. Up to 12.
Kim Mulkey giving the signal for 3 seconds. I agree. Cardoso was allowed to camp out inside.
Van Lith over the top. 9 points for Haley Van Lith.
Cardoso and Angel Reese continue to battle. Cardoso, though, has got to watch the lane.
Got her own rebound, but the second look won't fall either. Here comes Anissa Morrow.
Give it to Reese, let her go to work.
"15 seconds. Seven. Van Lith for 2.
It's initially called a 2. Kim Mulkey wants a 3.
Oh, I think I see some space between her toes and that line.
That looked like a 3 to me. That looks like a 3.
Yeah, right there you see space, the lighter floor showing up between.
Made basket by LSU has been confirmed as a 3-point shot. Resume play with South Carolina ball at end line.
So that's a 3 for Haley Van Lith. She's got her second one today.
LSU has 3 players that have played 34 minutes. This is their 3rd game. Do they have enough left in the tank for this last 6 minutes?
South Carolina only has 1 player that's played 30 or more minutes. That's Tahina Paopao. And they've gone 10 deep. 29 bench points for South Carolina compared to just 8 for LSU. Flau'jae Johnson got it away from Raven. Into the hands of Full Wiley. She already has 20. And Van Lith stepped out of bounds. She tried not to.
You see Dawn Staley telling Malaysia Full Wiley, all right, slow down just a little bit. Because Full Wiley has gotten Van Lith twice. This time, Van Lith got the stop.
South Carolina calls timeout. We step away for 30 seconds.
He did about as good as.
That first meeting back on January 25th did not disappoint. South Carolina won by 6. Van Lith coast to coast missed it.
It was South Carolina that trailed in that game and had to pull off the comeback. Can LSU return the favor?
Michaela Williams with the baseball pass up ahead to Angel Reese. A 7-0 run for the Tigers. Down 3. Closest since it was 33-30. Flau'jae Johnson. Defense is getting turned up right now for LSU.
But how about this pass? The length of the floor. Michaela Williams, softball was her first love. That was a strike. Getting to Angel Reese. And then Flau'jae Johnson playing with a little extra motivation. This team, these LSU Tigers, they are playing for last year POA, and they are leaving it all on the line.
Last year, POA was taken off on a stretcher yesterday in LSU's semifinal game. Released from the hospital this morning with a concussion. She is watching from the hotel. And her team down by a point.
The semifinals set the table. They were the appetizer. This is the main course.
And dessert. Raven Johnson pull up, bank shot, ends the 9-0 run. Angel Reese for 3. She's only 1 for 8 on the season.
South Carolina had numbers with Morrow at the other end.
South Carolina started the fourth quarter 4 for 6, but since then, 1 for 6.
And they're playing these last 3 minutes without Pow Pow on the floor. Just wonder how long Dawn Staley will hold Tahina Pow Pow.
Bree Hall to catch and shoot. Offensive board for Watkins. Bree Hall just took it.
And told Flau'jae Johnson about it on the way down the floor.
Show and tell. Morrow double teamed. And Cardoso hits it away, so it will be LSU basketball.
Bree Hall coming off the screen from Cardoso went right over Michaela Williams to get the finish. And she had a little bit of words for Flau'jae Johnson. There's been a lot of talking between players.
Camila Cardoso had something in her eye, but she looks to be okay now.
I think her contact came out, and she put it back in. Now, South Carolina's got to play to win, but they have got to be intentional in executing offensively.
Tahina Pow Pow is waiting to check in at the table. Bree Hall gives herself some space. She was so important at the end of the first meeting with LSU. 6-0 run Gamecocks for Wiley. And that could be an intentional foul.
Oh, we don't want this.
And quickly things escalate on both sides, both coaching staffs coming out to try to pull their players away. Camila Cardoso being looked at with blood on her lip. Let's see what just happened again. Flau'jae Johnson holds on to Mylasia Fulwiley. And then Flau'jae pushes Watkins. That's when Cardoso comes up and pushes Flagey down. Somebody jumped over the scorer's table from the stands. So the officials are at the monitor looking at this again. There's also police escorting a fan out who leapt over the scorer's table onto the court.
There's the fan. Like to me, Ashlyn Watkins, as she was going off the court, said something to Flagey. Flagey made contact with Ashlyn Watkins, and then Cardoso saw Atkins, and then she came in and shoved Flagey.
Brooke, what are you seeing?
Hey guys, I'm actually over here with Flagey Johnson's mom, and that is her son who jumped over the scorer's table. He was taken away in handcuffs right now, and her mom is asking to find out the report about him. She's having a conversation with Flagey right now, asking her to calm down.
So if you're just tuning in, things have escalated here in Greenville. The officials are at the monitor taking a look at this once again. Both coaching staffs, we saw them come out. The first thing you try to do, get your players back, try to break it up. They are allowed to do that. The coaches are allowed to leave the bench area in order to help break up a fight or anything that breaks out.
You got to leave that to the coaches to get the separation. Fans do not belong on the floor.
So the officials at the monitor again, taking a look at this. You can see them making notes. There is a lot to look at here.
Yeah, they've got to figure out how they're going to assess, how they're going to give out the penalties.
As a head coach, what are you doing in the huddles right now after something like this happens?
Number one, you are talking to your team about get your emotions in check. If you are South Carolina, you're talking to your team, look, we are in the lead right now, and we don't want to lose the lead by giving up with technical fouls or giving them freebies at the free throw line. If you're Kim Mulkey, you're telling your team, I understand that you are wanting to play hard and you're playing for your player that's not here in last year POA. And in order to do that, we have to take care of business on the floor in playing the game. You're making a run, stay in the moment.
Take a look at this again. It starts right here. Flagey Johnson holds on to Mylasia Full-Wiley, commits the foul. And then there's a scuffle between Ashlyn Watkins and Flagey. Camila Cardoso comes in and shoves Flagey to the ground. That's when a fan who Brooke Weisbrod has just told us was Flagey Johnson's brother leaps out of the stands onto the court. Well, keep in mind, if you're a player on the bench, whereas the coaches can help break up a fight, players on the bench cannot. If they were to leave the bench area, they would be ejected. The goal is to keep them over there, keep them safe and away, and keep anything from escalating.
You see all the coaches trying to hold their players back. I think most of the players that were involved were already on the floor.
So they're looking at Camila Cardoso right now too, but we saw something happen to her lip on the play before this all happened.
Well, you kind of saw all of this boiling up. There was a lot of it. Just talked about players were jawing at each other back and forth. I mean, these are two of the top teams in the SEC. They're battling for that top spot.
Look, and after everything that we just saw with player ejections, I'm sure there's some coming because of what we saw shoving, we saw pushing. We still have 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in this ball game.
And it's a 7-point game.
They broke it up as quickly as they could.
The coaches tried to get in there to have separation.
As watching the LSU bench.
And the staff did the best that they could to try to hold players back. And then on the South Carolina side.
Yeah, look on the left side of your screen at the South Carolina bench. Players cannot leave the bench area. Coaches can in order to help break up a fight.
And see, the officials have a pen and paper there to keep track of everything and what they see happening from both benches.
Here's the start of this.
I think Camila Cardoso should be ejected.
She came up and shoved an opponent to the floor.
But you also had Flau'jae Johnson that did the push off as well.
Yes, before that. The officials have been at the monitor. We've seen them with the pen and paper. Now they're conferring with each other, all three.
The ejections would be more costly to LSU because they have a limited bench as it is.
Yes. LSU has stayed huddled up this entire time over on their side of the floor. And no question, this is not what we want to see at the end of a championship game. We want to see good basketball. We want to see competitive women, but we don't want to see it escalate.
Absolutely. Sportsmanship, discipline is what you expect at this time of the season.
We should be getting some information now from Puolani Spurlock-Welsh. If you're just joining us, things have escalated here at the SEC tournament, pushing and shoving. They've been at the monitor for several minutes now reviewing this. We are waiting on the official word from our officiating crew. And rightfully so, it has taken some time because there was a lot to look at. About an 11-minute delay at this point.
And you want to make sure that you get it right.
Yes. A fan also came out of the stands. He was escorted away by police officers.
A few others made an attempt, but a terrific job by the security crew to keep the fans in the stands. You just hate to see this in a championship game, in any game. You know, the other thing the officials have to discern is how many free throws cancel each other out.
Okay, we have an intentional foul on LSU number 4, which stopped the play. We have a DQ fighting penalty on number 10 for South Carolina. We have players from both benches coming onto the court but not participating. All those players will be ejected. So we will finish the game with 5-on-5. Play will resume with the intentional foul to anybody on South Carolina shooting the ball. Then we will go to the DQ for LSU. Anybody shooting those 2 free throws, and the ball will be put in play at the division line for LSU.
Wow. So an intentional foul on Flege Johnson of LSU. South Carolina will get anyone to shoot those 2 free throws. A fighting penalty against Camila Cardoso of South Carolina. So LSU will get to have any player shoot 2 free throws. And both benches leaving the bench, they will be ejected. And Camila Cardoso obviously will be ejected as well.
Well, it looks like Tessa Johnson, Chloe Kitts came onto the court. They didn't get involved.
But it doesn't matter. You can't leave the bench area at all.
Exactly. Velez left the bench for South Carolina. I mean, for LSU.
So
Janae Kent came in.
Yeah, what Puolani Spurlock-Welsh just told us is it's just going to be 5 players on 5 players. Everyone else ejected.
Wow.
And so now they're explaining this to both head coaches. Okay, so here is who we have remaining for our teams. For LSU, remaining Flage Johnson, Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith, Michaela Williams, and Anissa Morrow. Everyone else ejected. For South Carolina, remaining in this game, Ashlyn Watkins, Sanaya Fagan, Mylasia Fulwiley, Bree Hall, and Raven Johnson. Everyone else ejected.
So that means no Tahina Paopao, no Camila Cardoso for South Carolina.
I don't think there was a question that Camilla was going to be ejected after
Absolutely.
she came up and shoved the LSU player to the floor. Sanaya Fagan never left the bench area for South Carolina. That is why she is allowed to sub in for the Gamecocks.
There's Sanaya Fagan. She will never leaves the bench area.
So that's why she is allowed to come back in this game. Again, the players remaining for LSU, Flau'jae Johnson, Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith, Michaela Williams, and Anissa Morrow. Everyone else ejected. South Carolina will have Ashlyn Watkins, Mylasia Fulwiley, Sanaya Fagan, Bree Hall, and Raven Johnson to finish this game.
Now for LSU, they basically have their 5 starters. And then for South Carolina, all of these players have started at some point in time, and they've had experience all season.
All players ejected from both teams except for South Carolina number 20, Sanaya Fagan. She will replace 10, Camila Cardoso. 0 for South Carolina, Tahina Paopao, also still in the game. South Carolina shoot 2 free throws. LSU will shoot 2 free throws.
Okay, so South Carolina, so we're now learning too, Tahina Paopao for South Carolina will get to stay because she was at the table about to check in. Also important, every player that was just ejected will not be able to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
That means that South Carolina will have 1 sub in the first round, and LSU will start the first round with 5 players, pending if Tahina Paopao, if last year Poa is available to play when the NCAA tournament starts.
So these are the 2 free throws for the fighting penalty against Camila Cardoso. The first ones we saw for South Carolina were the intentional foul by Flau'jae Johnson. All right. 2 minutes to decide a champion. These are the lineups you're going to see for the rest of the game. A 19-minute delay, but we have figured things out. South Carolina up by 5.
Now, what South Carolina wants to do is use as much of the clock as possible.
Bree Hall off the mark.
And LSU's got to go quick.
Van Lith up ahead to a waiting Michaela Williams. She blows by the defense. And a jump ball. Let's check back in the studio with Kevin Connors.
Yeah, Courtney, we want to let you know the Pac-12 championship is underway right now on ESPN News. USC and Stanford, it's a 20-12 Trojans lead late in the first quarter. You'll see that game after we go final in Greenville.
Minute 14 now, South Carolina up by 5.
So LSU defensively, just discipline. They want to try to get a stop. On a missed shot, they got to rebound like their life depends on it.
That one knocked away by Anissa Morrow. LSU has 2 timeouts, South Carolina with 3. Still 2 fouls to give for LSU.
Both teams have 2 fouls to give.
That's a foul on Haley Van Lith, her second. We need to correct something. Only the players involved with the fight will not be able to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The rest will be able to play. So that would mean Camila Cardoso for South Carolina not able to. Anybody that came off the bench will not have additional penalties. We apologize. We've clarified that now. Again, anyone that came off the bench will be able to play. It's just if you were disqualified for a fighting penalty. So that would only be Camila Cardoso for South Carolina that cannot play in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Now LSU has 2 timeouts. Kim Mulkey should use the timeout to advance the ball. Now Kim Mulkey wants to draw up a play. She's got 3-point shooting options with having Michaela Williams available. Van Lith even spreading the floor and having Anissa Morrow. So that's an option to spread the floor, and they could go for a quick 2, getting the ball to Angel Reese, attacking and potentially getting to the free throw line. The thing that South Carolina has got to do is they have got to keep a hand in everybody's face, not giving up any easy look, and you'd rather give up a 2 than a 3. Make sure, if anything, you are forcing the 2-point shot, and on the attempt, they've got to rebound, they've got to box out, and they've got to rebound.
Michaela Williams to inbound for LSU. 35.7 on the clock, straight to Angel Reese. They get Van Lith open.
Now they got a foul right away. That was a terrific play, especially with having Haley Van Lith. She's going over off a flare screen. She got the look for the three, just not able to knock it down. Now South Carolina with their timeout, their most important thing they've got to do is get the ball in and understand that once it's in, they've got to protect the basketball, because LSU is going to look to try to foul. They're going to go for the steal first, and then they're going to foul right away.
The inbounds position will be where Bree Hall called for the timeout.
Now, Raven Johnson, she shoots 62% from the free throw line, so you may want to look to, and she's taking the ball out. Ashlyn Watkins, 56%.
If you're looking to foul someone, maybe Watkins then.
Absolutely, they need to foul her right away, but they choose not to.
Raven will come get it.
LSU is not going to foul.
And South Carolina is going to call another timeout.
Kim Mulkey did want her team to foul. There's another opportunity for LSU to get a steal right here, because South Carolina's got to inbound it.
So you're going for the steal or you foul?
You go for the steal and then foul.
Again, if you're just joining us, there was a 20-minute delay because pushing and shoving broke out. These are the only players available right now. Camila Cardoso was the only one ejected for fighting, so she will not be able to play in the next round of the NCAA tournament. 15.1. The inbound to Full Wiley. And Flau'jae Johnson will foul her.
That was an interesting lineup. South Carolina had two players down underneath LSU's basket in case there was a turnover so that they could defend, and only two players on their side of the court while it was their possession.
Full Wiley at the free throw line, who has been South Carolina's leading scorer today, 22 points, a new career high for her. Make it 23.
LSU still has one timeout. Kim Mulkey wants it to advance the ball.
So now a 9-point lead. Kim Mulkey does take that timeout to advance. But the Garnet and Black faithful, the FAMs as they call them, that have made their way to Greenville, you could hear the loud cheer. Where does LSU go out of this timeout?
I think that they can have a misdirection with Haley Van Lith going away, and you have Michaela Williams coming to the basketball. They've got to look for that three-point shot. You have three-point options. You also have a three-point option out of Anissa Morrow, and you have Angel Reese inside for a possible offensive rebound and kick back out for the three.
So here's how we got in this situation. Back in the fourth quarter, earlier on in this quarter, this is how it started. It took 20 minutes to go through the footage, to look at all this. Everyone but 5 players for LSU were ejected. 6 players remain for South Carolina. Camila Cardoso, the only one ejected for fighting, so she will not be able to play in their first round NCAA tournament game. Everybody else that was ejected will be able to return. And now it's 13.2 on the clock. LSU needs to score quickly.
They've got 4 players that are a threat from the three-point line.
They go to Reese, and that's a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Tigers. 11.3 on the clock.
South Carolina's got to cover the three-point line.
Reese up and in. LSU does not have any timeouts.
So they've got to foul.
And they don't. 8 is pretty great, and South Carolina has been fantastic at the SEC tournament. An 8th SEC tournament title in the last 10 seasons.
And it was a balanced attack. Starting the game in the first half, South Carolina used all 10, but it was a valiant effort by LSU. Playing with a short roster, they battled, but still not enough force to go take the title away from South Carolina.
Yesterday, it was a buzzer beater by Camila Cardoso for South Carolina to survive. 1.1 seconds on the clock. Today, they hoist the trophy in a game with some in-game drama. They get it done 79-72 over LSU, their second win over the Tigers this season.
Here's class by Dawn Staley having a conversation with Flau'jae Johnson at the end of the game.
Dawn Staley is with Brooke.
Coach Staley, congratulations, your 8th SEC championship in 10 years. How did you get it done today?
I mean, the players. It's all about the players being able to make plays on both sides of the basketball. You know, I just want to apologize to the basketball community. You know, when you're playing in championship games like this, in our league, things get heated. No bad intentions. They just try, their emotions got so far ahead of them that sometimes these things happen. So I want to apologize for us playing a part in that, because that's not who we are and that's not what we're about. But I'm happy for the players that were able to finish the game and get us another championship.
Coach, how will you address this with your team?
I mean, we're going to talk about it. We've always talked about it. Never leave the bench. You know, never get too high with the highs or low with the lows. It's hard when you're playing. I played this game a long time, and I can't tell you I was a saint at all times. Okay? Your emotions get the best of you. It's unfortunate that the players that got ejected can't be a part of the celebration.
You lost 5 starters to the WNBA draft last year. You regrouped and found a way to get to this game and win it. What was that journey like for you this year?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. When you're dealing with young lives, that's what they want. They aspire to become WNBA players. And the fact that we had a lottery pick who came off the bench for us, you know, that's an example of, if you're talented, you're gonna make it to the league. You're gonna find a way to make it to the league. You just have to be patient. So I'm super proud of all of them for just their process. They don't play as much as they want to play. They can go start on other teams, but they choose to stay here and come here, win championships, do it the right way, and hopefully have some longevity in playing pro basketball.
John, thank you.
Dawn Staley in South Carolina, their 8th SEC tournament title. They've all come within the last 10 seasons. They do it by defeating LSU. Champ Week rolls on. We take you to the Pac-12 right now.